Good afternoon, Advanced Marketers Academy. Today, this is Live Workshop Wednesday. If you're not on the live, maybe you're watching this on a replay. But this workshop consists of budgeting in your life and business. So I will have to share my screen just to show you how the numbers will look and how you could possibly start actually putting money back into your pocket just by excluding some of your expenses that you may think that you need other than what you want. I'm sorry, you may think that you want other than what you need. My words got mixed up. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. Let's see, whiteboard. Because when most of us get into business, we get into business for a couple of reasons. I know my reasons was to be financially free and have more time freedom, which is something that we definitely can't get back is our time. So in order to do that, in order to have time freedom and financial freedom, it means that you have to have more money, correct? So
Yep.
the way that you do that is you have to start realizing your expenses and the income that you have coming in, which is two different things. And most of the time we don't realize that that is very important when we're out here working these jobs and spending on the things that we like and want instead of the things that we need. So let's say, and I'm going to just go off some numbers that are here in Texas, and depending on what state you're in, the pay rate could be different, but here in Texas, the minimum wage now is probably $10 to $12. So let's say you're making, and most people may be making $12 to $15 an hour. So you're making $12 to $15 an hour. And you're only working 40 hours a week. That's from, gonna range it off, 480 to 600 a week. So if you're making 480 to 600 a week, that's between 1,900 to 2,400 a month. Oh. So, to some people that might be some good money, or it might be manageable, meaning that they can maintain their bills and still do some of the things that they enjoy in life. To where some people, they might be just living check to check, which is not a good state. I've been there and I know how it is. You're making $480 to $600 a week, and I'm going to get off into your expenses now. But this is for most people, these numbers here. And I didn't go annually because it could vary, depending on if you get, how often do you get a pay raise, or depending on if you're switching jobs, which most of the time people do, or they may have more than one job. So if you're getting $1,900 to $2,400 a month, And you may be renting or you may be renting to own. Let's say your rent is, I know here in Texas, most, even apartment complexes, they vary from $1,000. So I'm going to start at the lowest point, $1,000 a month. Then you have lights, which may be, in the summertime, it could vary from $200 to $300. And then you have most apartment complexes here in Texas, you do have to pay a water bill also. That could vary from $40 to $75. And you got rent, lights, water, you have phone. And this is just an example to show you how easily it is to get into debt when you have these expenses and you're not realizing the income that you have coming in as well. Phone is from $60 to $150. And most people have cable. $100 to $200. So as you can see, we're already going into that $1,900 a month. And this is gross. This is growth. I didn't put the net pay. So this is gross pay here. The $480 to $600 a week, that's gross. And the $1,900 to $2,400 a month, that's gross pay. It's not net pay. So you're already going over what you're making. And that's what causes debt in our society today, because most of us, we don't think about this when we're out here deciding where we're going to live and deciding our monthly expenses, which most of the time is not really a decision. It's just you want to have a roof over your head, and you want to have the lights on, you want to have water to take a bath, you want to have a phone to talk, and you want to have cable in order to watch TV. Because I know here in Texas, the converter box is just, I mean, there's no really TV on that. So cable is very popular here. It may be different, you know, in other states, but I know here in Texas, you want to have cable in order to actually watch TV. So the point of this is just to show you how you could easily find yourself in debt if you're only making $12 to $15 an hour. And then you decide that you want to go into business. So let's say you want to start working online. I'm going to spread this out. You want to start working online. Might have to erase this. I'm going to add this up just to show you all before I erase it. Before I erase it, I'm going to add it up. You got got 1,000 plus, we're going to say 300 plus 75. And the reason why I'm going with the highest number, because most of the time it adds up, and most of the time it don't be the lowest amount, it be the highest amount. You got plus 150 plus 200. So that equals to where did the number go? 15. And your expenses may vary, it might be different wherever you are, whatever state you're in, and them numbers is wrong, I'm sorry. 725. So you're looking at $2,725. That is over both of the gross amount. So now you find yourself trying to stay above water because your expenses is over your income. So that's how most people get into debt. Now I'm going to erase this. I'm going to erase that. And I'm going to go into when you want to start working online with that kind of income. Now, your income could vary. I'm just saying from each state is different. So depending on where you live and your expenses, it could easily happen like that. And I didn't even add in the car payments, your car insurance, your house accessories. You got to have tissue. You got to have paper towel. You got to have washing powder to wash your clothes. You got to have bleach. All those other things add up as well. So you're probably looking at another $500. I didn't even include the food. What am I thinking about? So let's say you want to start an online business and you want to position yourself at a high level. And it is $1,000 to get started, right? So you would have to probably save up, let's say 200 a week, five weeks in a row to get that $1,000 in order to start. And you feel like that's where it stops, right? When it doesn't. When you pay that $1,000 to start a business, let me go back up. You're gonna need tools in order to maintain your online business. You're gonna need a funnel system to send traffic to. You're gonna need an autoresponder. You're gonna need funnel system, autoresponder, and you're gonna also need to have paid traffic as well. And that could be solo ads or Facebook ads. And that's just starting out. I mean, you could always run up on any other tool that you might need to run your business, not including your life expenses, what I just showed you. So you're going to need a funnel system, autoresponder, paid traffic, solo ads, Facebook ads. And the next thing you might need, especially if you're new to the online market space, you're going to need marketing training. So you're gonna need those things in order to maintain a profitable online business. Now I said $1,000. Most companies you don't have to have $1,000 to start, but you do want to position yourself most of the time, because when you start at the low cost, it it gets more complicated. I started an MCA, which was just $40 to get started, but I didn't have the marketing training that I need. I didn't have funnel system set up, and I definitely didn't have an autoresponder. So all these are different expenses from your life. So basically what you would have to cut out is some unneeded things that you don't need in your life. As far as, I hope y'all writing this down, as far as, let's say for instance, you like to go out every weekend. Activities. Now activities cost money. Let's say, you know, us women, say you want to get your nails done every week. That could be $20 to $40, depending on where you go. Hair done. I know for me it was $30 to $60. You may want a pedicure. And you may, you know, if you don't cook all the time, then you may eat out a lot. Even if you are going on the $5 menu, but who wants to eat the $5 menu every day? I mean, seriously, you might not even be getting full eating a $5 menu every day. So we're gonna say $20 to $50 a week just on eating out. So you see how quick this is adding up. This already $200 just on 4 activities. And you might feel like that these are important. You need your hair done, you need your nails done if you want to go out and have a good time and you want to look nice. So you find yourself spending more than, you're spending more income than you're bringing in. And that's how we end up in debt as well. $100 every 2 weeks. Because most of us, when we get in a business, we say, well, I can't afford this and I can't afford that. But we don't think about the things that we have a habit of doing, as far as things that we may want besides the things that we need. Like we may want our nails done, but is it really a necessity? What's wrong with getting a paint of a little nail polish and painting your nails sometime? Or hair done. Or you could just go and buy you a couple of wigs and wear that, you know, for a week or two, just to keep that $120 in your pocket. I'm gonna say a week. A week. Or it could be 2 weeks on this, every 2 weeks. However you're doing it, it's an expense. It's an expense. And that's how we find ourselves in debt. Now, the solution to these problems, the solution to this, that's the main thing, the solution. Divine, do you have anything you want to add to this? Let me see.
No, I mean, you put out there about the different things. I mean, just want to keep in mind that some of those things that we think that we need, once you add them all together, you can start seeing how you can shave off and save money to actually do some of the things that you truly need to be able to, propel your business and be able to keep going. So like you said, the $20 to $50 eating out a week, if a person does that, even at the low end at $20 a week, you don't have to stop everything, but you can cut back. So let's say instead of eating out, every week at $20, eat out every other week. So that would save $40 a month. And there's tools that people literally, have to, they feel they have to give up, certain systems or whatever because they can't afford $40 a month or even $50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
For capture page systems or autoresponders. There's autoresponders that are on $25 a month, but people will say that they can't afford it when really they can, is that they're mismanaging their money. So you definitely hit on some good points there. And like the nails getting done, people are like, oh, I got to get my nails done. Well, your nails aren't making you any money. You can actually save money, by um learning to do your own nails, so that way instead of getting them done every week, you can do your nails every other week, so it won't cost you, 20 or 40. It may only cost you, I don't know, $10 every 2 months, because you can buy the nail polish and stuff, and nail polish and stuff is not expensive. So you
Exactly.
saving the difference, which means now you don't have to get a second job just to fuel your business. You can use the same money that you already have to pay for the tools that you need in your business and things of that nature. So
Yeah, just by cutting off two of these will put over like $200 back in your pocket. You know, the nails done, that's 160 a week. The hair done every week, that's $240 that you done save. That's $360 that you could be putting towards your business.
and sometimes like the habits we have, like habits, when I mean habits, I'm talking about things that don't actually help your life or help your family's life,
Exactly.
like smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Oh yeah,
you may
cigarette.
not cut cold turkey, but let's say if you smoke 2 packs a week, right? Well,
And
cigarettes now are about
cigarettes
maybe seven
vary
bucks a pack.
from $7 to $10.
Yeah, per pack. So if you're spending, $14 to $20 a week, you know what I'm saying? At the end of a month, that's $80. That's almost $80 right there in a month.
Hmm.
But then you have people who talking about, oh, I can't afford ClickFunnels at 97. Well, you're smoking it up, is what you did. Smoking up ClickFunnels money. you know,
Or they
ClickFunnels
may
money that
want,
got
or
smoked
they
up.
may have, they may like to drink wine or beer,
Yeah, yeah, right,
as
right.
well. And they don't
And
think
spend
about
a little
that.
money
They
on it.
just always think about what they can't afford, but they don't realize these are the expenses that is really taking instead of putting back. And that's the whole point of getting in business, is putting back, gaining
Yeah,
more money into your home, into your life. So a six pack of beer is what, like
I
eight
agree.
to ten dollars.
Yeah, and some people may have that every other day. They
Eight to
may feel the
ten
need to
dollars.
pack
And it
every other
depends on
day.
how you drinking. You might be a heavy drinker. You might drink a six pack in 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. So, by the end of the week, you figuring you done did that, what, at least 3 times. So you might spend up $24 in a week. And so over the course of a month, that's over $80. That's like a little over $90 actually. It's almost
Exactly.
$100. And once again, a person talking about they can't afford ClickFunnels, but you just drink ClickFunnels money up. You smoke ClickFunnels money up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you went out to Cheddar's or wherever you wanted to eat out, you
Oh,
ate up
really? Yeah.
ClickFunnels money.
Yeah, yeah. After
you
eat,
know,
that's what I said. Eat out. That's why I said 20
yeah,
to
eating out.
50 because that adds up as well, and that's like $200 a month if you're eating out. You know, every week. That's $200 just gone, and you're steady saying what you can't afford for your business, but that's $200 that you could have took probably a third of that and went and got some groceries. Even if you're not a big cook or you don't like to cook, you can find some dinners or something that you may want to put in the oven or in the microwave just to save, put more money into your pocket and save more, because this is how a lot of people go into debt by these expenses that they don't pay attention to. They're just
Yeah,
going along, going to work every day, and they feel like they deserve these things when you deserve much more than just a hairstyle or a haircut
yeah,
or a pedicure every 2 weeks.
yeah,
You could have so much more if you really sat back and thought about it and started adding these numbers up. $40 a week, that's $160 just on nails done. That's $160 you could have back in your pocket. $60 a week. It's $240. So that's $360 back in your house. Plus $50 every 2 weeks. That's another $100
yeah,
a month. So that's $460 that you can save and actually not even use all that towards your business, probably a third of that to maintain the tools that you need for your business and have money still set aside.
right.
We did post training on Bob Proctor, as he always suggests to pay yourself, whether you get paid a week, every 2 weeks, or you may get paid once a month. But that is very important as well. We pay all these things, all our bills, and we do all these activities, but we don't think to pay ourselves. So that's important as well. Whether it's, you can start out small, you don't have to start out big. You can start out with $20 on how you get paid and just let that add up to that way. So that way you have something outside of your savings account. You're also paying yourself for what you have worked for, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, a month, however you get paid. But that's very important as well. And I think we did post that in the group in here in Academies, Advanced Marketers Academies, my bad. But these are very important, and this will help you actually put money back into your pockets, put money back into your homes just by covering, excluding some of these things that's really not needed. I mean, do you really need cigarettes? No, you don't. You might say it's a habit. You might say it's something that you like to do. But if you're in business and you're trying to really do something long term, not just for the week, not just for every 2 weeks, but you're trying to do something for you and your family. You're trying to gain that financial freedom and that time freedom that most of us don't have when we're working for someone else. That's just the reality of it. We don't have the time freedom that we need. Growing up in my home, my aunt was not there all the time. She was mostly working. And that's just time that you can't get back. And I know a lot of us witnessed that as kids growing up. We felt like that's what we were supposed to do. Work hard. We got to work hard. We got to work a lot of hours to make a lot of money. But if you really sit back and look at it and you're thinking, they worked all these hours and all this time was spent but they still never grasp that time freedom. They still never got that financial freedom. So what was it all for? Just to pay bills and be able to do these activities?
Exactly. Well,
You have to sit back and think about things when you're trying to maintain an online business and start getting that ROI back. That's what it's about. You investing to have something in return. And that return doesn't always come in a short span of time as you may like it to, but it's an investment. It's something that you're doing for long term, for longevity. You know, we look at it like that when it comes to the online business, how quick we can get something back. But when we're working a job, we're just going along year in and year out, and we're not even looking at how soon are we going to get something back from that. So it should be the same thought process when it comes to your business. However long it may take, I'm going to continue to do what it takes to get to where I'm trying to go. So these are suggestions for you in your life, your expenses. What are you really spending your money on? That is so important. I know we don't think about that most of the time when we're just going along, just moving along in the world and not thinking twice about where our money is actually going. But this gives you a better idea on where it's going and how much you could actually save, whether in a week's time, a month's time, or a year's time. And I'm going to keep saying this. I know I said it once, but I'm going to say it again. Don't forget to pay yourself. Don't forget to pay yourself. However you get paid, always pay yourself first. So that's what this workshop Wednesday consists of this week. Actually trying to help you all look at your expenses, look at your income, and weigh it out. Don't have your expenses over your income. That's where debt comes in at, because it's not equaling up. And you don't actually have to have two jobs. See, we convince ourselves that we need two jobs to maintain things, and it's not the two jobs, it's what we're spending our money on, how we're spending our money, our needs versus our wants. Do you really need it, or do you just want it? That's the big difference. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. I hope you all take this, take some notes from this and really start applying it in your life as soon as possible, because it could actually help you start saving money and putting money back into your homes, your accounts, and think about exactly what are you spending your money on. Think about your needs. Stop saying what you can't afford and actually think about what you're spending your money on, the things that you don't need, when you're trying to actually grasp that financial freedom and time freedom that we all are in business for. Because if we wasn't in business for that, we'll just continue working a job and go along. Because we know a job is not going to give us those things. It's just the reality of it. So I'm going to erase that. Needs versus wants. That is important. So think about that. What do you need? You need to maintain your online business. investing your time and money. Tools that you need to have your business functioning. That's the most important thing. You have to sit back and think, why did you get into business? Why do you want to work from home? And I know most want that time and financial freedom. So it takes sacrifice. Sacrificing your wants. Sacrificing not just your wants, but your time as well. Your daily activities. What are you doing? When you do get extra money, what are you doing with it? How are you spending it? And are you really taking the time out to do something towards your business? So you have to keep that in mind. And another thing, Divine, you got something you want to say?
No, sorry. That was my computer.
Okay. And another thing is that when you're doing this online space, it's good to have that ongoing support. That's why we have this group for you all, because that is very important. You want to have positive, like-minded people around you. That's something that you need. You might want to be around your friends and that, but this is something that you need. So you need these things in order to stay focused on why you got in business. Focus on your business and tasks. So that's why I wanted to do this live workshop. I hope this helps you all apply it to your lives, and I guarantee you that you will start seeing a change in your income, because you're going to start saving money and you're going to have more money to invest in the tools that you need in your business. If you have any questions and you're watching this on replay, you can post your questions on the replay of this video. And I just wanted to really come and share this with y'all. The next one will be more, we will go more into detail as far as how to maintain your business without getting a second job. So, because I know most of us think that we need a lot of money to do this and that, when that's not the case. I just gave you some examples on that, how you can actually put money back into your pockets off of the things that you need versus the things that you want. So, Divine, do you have anything you want to add before I close this workshop for today?
No, I don't. You did a great job. I appreciate it.
Okay. So with that being said, I hope you all start applying this to your lives and you will see a big difference, and start paying yourself however you get paid, whether, like I said, it's weekly, bi-weekly, or once a month. But that is very important. So you all have a blessed, wonderful day. Thank you all for tuning in and showing up. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking in the chat, and okay, say minimum wage in Texas is $7.25 an hour.
Yeah, that's the minimum wage. But you probably was talking about the average wage.
Yeah, I was talking about the average. Yeah, $7.25 is probably the minimum wage, but the average pay ranges from $12 to $15. Most of these jobs out here now.
Yeah.
So great points though. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end this live workshop Wednesday for today. If you're catching the replay, post your questions, the replay of this video, or if you have any additional questions, you can post your questions in the group. They will be answered accordingly. And I just hope and pray that you all are having a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you all for tuning in, and you'll see me sooner than later. Bye for now.